Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another completing categories video. So this time we're going to be talking about completing two families, the Hibbert family and the Frink family. Now, the Frink's family isn't actually an official sort of category yet, and it probably, I don't know if it ever is going to be, but we already do have, technically sort of have three Frink family in the game. Now, of course, we have Frink himself, we have Frink's father, Jonathan Sr., and we also have the Ladybot, which is technically sort of a part of his family, if you want to think of that. But we have two, at least we have two pretty strong ones. So they could add these two in the category, leave her in the robots, I guess. But we definitely have a Hibbert family. We have, obviously, Dr. Hibbert, Bernice Hibbert, and we have Chester Debris, or something like that, which is obviously Bernice's brother. So, yeah. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I think they definitely should add a Frink's family, because I think there is enough. I mean, there isn't, they don't have to, but I think there is enough to make a category. Of course, we've got him, his dad, and there's a few more. So yeah, let's talk about Hibbert's family first. So first of all, we have Hibbert's kids. Now, there is a big problem with Hibbert's kids, and the fact is, none of them are named. Absolutely not one of them has a name. The three main ones, of course, Hibbert's first son, he's kind of the older one, Hibbert's second son, and Hibbert's second daughter. These are the main three. These are the ones that appear the most. But we also have Hibbert's first daughter. Now, I'm not entirely convinced that these two are separate characters. I personally think that possibly this is just this design. It's just kind of a bit of a different design. Like, it was just like a sort of a mess up in the design thing, because the wiki lists her as a separate person. I think these two people are the same. I know they do look quite different in terms of the hair and I guess the eyes. The eyes are a bit bigger on her. But I think that they probably, and also she looks a bit taller, I guess, a bit older. But I just think that possibly this was a mess up. So I'm gonna say that these are the same character. He only has one daughter. So we have Hibbert's first son, Hibbert's second son, and Hibbert's daughter. I'm just gonna say that these are the same. But I mean, they could possibly add two versions, I guess, two daughters if they wanted to. But she only appeared once at the dinner table. And then we also have Baby Hibbert. He appeared only once as well, but he's there, unfortunately. There is a Baby Hibbert. So they have 4 kids at least, which is kind of cool. Quite a lot of kids. Now, they could add them as just normal characters without names and just call them Hibbert's son or Hibbert's oldest son or something like that. I mean, they have obviously Kearney's other son, which is it's a weird name for him, isn't it? Kearney's other son. But there you go. So they could add them in. I don't know. And then we have Hibbert's other family. So the biggest one, and I think the main one that I think everyone wants, probably more than Hibbert's kids, is Murphy Kenneth Hibbert, or Bleeding Gums Murphy, as we like to call him. So this is Hibbert's brother, if no one knows. I think it's quite interesting that this is his brother. I have known it for a while, but yeah, I just think it is kind of cool that it is Hibbert's brother. Quite a big character they need to add. One of the most requested characters that they do add into Tapped Out a little bit, along with obviously Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz. He is one of the biggest sort of characters that people want to add into the game, which he unfortunately hasn't been added yet, but I suspect that possibly he will be added this year. I don't know, then maybe he won't. And then we have Hermano Gamilio Hibbert, which is Hibbert's other brother, and he actually works at the orphanage in Shelbyville. Or is it a mental hospital? I don't even know. I think it's the orphanage. Yeah, he works at the orphanage. He's like the head of it. So, you know, a Shelbyville brother. They could possibly redo a Shelbyville update, because they pissed up the last one. But I don't know. There probably isn't enough stuff now. Now they've got rid of Jebediah Springfield, and they've got rid of Shelbyville Manhattan. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. There is still plenty of stuff they could add. They can make it into a mini event at least, not a big event though. Well, then we have Rosa Parks. This is Hibbert's dog. It has appeared right in the background and also in a picture, so it's a bit of a weird one. I don't know if they can add it because it hasn't really appeared that much. And then we have Julius Hibbert's father, which is Hibbert's father. Maybe they could call him Julie. I don't know what they could. Well, just Hibbert's dad, probably. But yeah, he's there as well. Obviously, an old guy. He's alive still, so they could throw him in there as well. And then we go on to Frink's family. This is literally just one thing. This video isn't going to be very long. One page. So this is Frink's family overall. So we have Cooper Trooper. This is Frink's wife. Now there might be copyright things that they probably couldn't add this because, of course, it is a thing of the whole Mario character. It's a parody of that. So I don't know if they could add it, but they've definitely two I definitely think they should add is Professor Frink's son and Mrs. Frink, which is his ex-wife. There's a bit of speculation whether or not they might be married, but the fact that Frink has been seen dating other people, and of course he's noted as a bachelor. They are probably separated, or they're at least separated. They might not be divorced, but they're at least separated. So Professor Frink's son and Mrs. Frink, and of course Mrs. Frink is Professor Frink's son's mother. Two really cool characters, and of course he doesn't appear too often. He's only appeared twice, and I think she's only appeared 3 times, or maybe twice. I'm not too sure. They haven't appeared very often, but they are a part of the family now. What's his name? Professor Frink's dad isn't really a big character either, but I think adding him, Professor Frink, Mrs. Frink, and Professor Frink's son, that's 4 characters, possibly Koopa Troopa, that would be 5. That's a solid category in my opinion. So I think they could make it into a category. Even 4 characters to me is plenty. I want to see Professor Frink's son at least, but I definitely want to see her, Mrs. Frink, as well. So yeah, they're 2, another 1. And then these are Professor Frink's girlfriends. I just thought I'd throw them in there just so I can make the video a little longer and we can knock off a few characters. So we have Nookie Kwan. Nookie Kwan is actually Cookie Kwan's cousin or sister. I'm not too sure. I think it might be his sister, but I think it could be a cousin. I'm not too sure. But anyway, Professor Frink dates her for a bit. Nookie Kwan dates her. She looks identical to Cookie Kwan, but whatever. And we also have Miss Wyoming. Of course, for the state of Wyoming, she is the Miss. I don't know what the heck pageants thing, a beauty pageant, is something like that. But yeah. Have her as well, so they could throw her in as a character too, and it's kind of Frink's Family, but not really. So yeah, that's the end. That's all I've got for this one. It's not really a long one, really, but I just thought it was worth doing a separate video talking about Hibbert's family and just sort of latching on Frink's Family as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I surely did. It was fun uploading it, and yeah, I'll see you next video. Goodbye.